Hola, hola, hola amigos, bienvenidos a este nuevo encuentro de Raíces de Sefarad, nuestro encuentro de todos los jueves con la cultura, la historia, las tradiciones del mundo sefaradí y cómo no poner dentro de la cultura la música, y de eso es lo que vamos a hablar. Pero primero, saluda a Liliana, ¿cómo estás, Lili?
Hola Marcelo, hola a todos, siempre es un gusto, un placer ofrecerles esta programación y que ustedes estén aquí acompañándonos como cada semana. ¿Presentamos lo que tenemos?
Exactamente, porque hoy tenemos algo distinto, pero antes vamos a empezar, sí, con lo de siempre, que es agradecer a toda la gente que nos apoya, ya sea monetariamente, haciendo su aporte a través de PayPal, Mercado Pago, transferencias bancarias. Los de Argentina pueden hacer transferencias bancarias, también los del exterior pueden hacer transferencias bancarias, se contactan con nosotros y le decimos cómo hacerlo, pero también agradecer a todos los que ponen el like, el le gusta, el que comenta cada video, los que se suscriben a nuestro canal de YouTube. A todos ustedes, muchísimas gracias. Y sí,
Tenemos que
vamos a
agregar,
ver.
Marcelo, para los que están por primera vez, que pueden ver los videos de todas nuestras actividades en nuestro canal de youtube.com/eSefarad y ahí es donde nos viene muy, muy bien y es de mucha ayuda que pongan el like, el me gusta o nos dejen un comentario.
Exactamente. Así que, sin más, vamos directamente a lo que tenemos esta semana.
Sí, este próximo domingo, el día de Al-Had, en nuestra actividad Encuentros de Al-Had, vamos a tener como tema un invitado muy especial. Guy Al-Bala nos va a contar historias de su vida. Esta actividad es en ladino, en judeo-español. Estará como anfitriona Jenny Lanerí desde Francia y su invitado, como lo dice el título, Guy Al-Bala, tiene mucho para contarnos sobre su vida y su trabajo con la cultura sefaradí.
¿Y el jueves que viene?
Y el jueves que viene tenemos súper interesante los archivos de la Inquisición de la Torre de Tombo en Lisboa. Los archivos digitales, que es súper interesante y seguramente muy útil para gran parte de nuestra audiencia. Vamos a tener como invitadas a Anabela Ribeiro, que es la directora general de los archivos y las bibliotecas en Lisboa, Portugal, a Jenny Milgram, que ya estuvo en nuestro programa contándonos muchas cosas sobre genealogía. Ella es investigadora genealogista y escritora de Miami, en Estados Unidos. Es imperdible para los que están buscando información este programa.
Sí, porque mucha gente piensa que no hay archivos de la Inquisición y se sorprenderán de lo que hay en el museo, en el archivo de Torre de Tombo, que así se llama el archivo que encabeza Anabela Ribeiro. Se van a sorprender la cantidad de búsquedas que se pueden hacer, no necesariamente yendo a Lisboa, suerte tiene el que pueda ir a Lisboa y a esa hermosa ciudad, sino también acceder por internet, y Anabela nos lo va a explicar, que es fabuloso. Y hablando de fabuloso, ¿qué tenemos para hoy? Hoy tenemos una entrevista a David Serero. En realidad, David Serero, esta es una entrevista que está grabada porque tuvimos la gran fortuna de haber recibido a David en Buenos Aires el pasado 21 de marzo de 2023, que fue convocado por la Embajada de Francia en Argentina, también ha dado conciertos en sinagogas. Entonces aprovechamos y fuimos con nuestras cámaras. Fuimos al hotel donde estaba él y bueno, le hicimos una gran entrevista donde cuenta todo lo que es esta voz, que se van a sorprender la trascendencia que tiene de esta persona de origen sefaradí, por supuesto, cuyo detalle, un breve currículum, porque es extensísimo, se los cuenta Liliana.
Sí, vamos a presentar a nuestro querido ahora amigo David Serero. Es un cantante de ópera barítono judeo marroquí francés. Ha realizado más de 1.500 conciertos en todo el mundo y ha protagonizado papeles principales en ópera, teatro y musicales como Cyrano de Bergerac, El Mercader de Venecia, Otelo, Nabucco, Don Quijote, entre muchísimos otros. Y también protagonizó más de 100 películas y series de televisión. Ha realizado giras por América, Europa, Medio Oriente, Asia y Rusia. Es miembro con derecho a voto en los premios Grammy y en los premios Emmy, y muchos proyectos que él nos va a contar veremos en esta entrevista.
Hi David, how are you?
Hola señor, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien.
Muy bien, es un gran honor para mí de estar contigo.
Bravo, es un honor para nosotros que tú estés aquí.
Oh, gracias señor.
Cuéntanos qué es lo que haces en Buenos Aires. ¿Puedes decirlo en inglés? Yo lo voy a subtitular.
Sí. So I am in Buenos Aires for the second time. First time I came, it was in October. I was doing a tour in the whole Latin America, so I came to Buenos Aires and I had a concert at the Fundación Beethoven, and it was absolutely amazing experience. And I performed also at the American Embassy. Then what else I had? I was on television on Todos Noticias, and it was amazing. And first time I was seeing really this great, beautiful city and country of Argentina. And I came back again, and this time I was invited by the French embassy to sing for El Día de la Francofonía. So I gave a big concert. It was actually last night. And today I gave a masterclass in a Broadway school because there's a lot of musical theater here. And also I have a big concert after tomorrow on Thursday at the Grand Synagogue of Buenos Aires, Templo de Libertad, who is absolutely amazing, amazing, beautiful place.
Tell something about you, your family, your relatives.
Yeah, so my father was born in Morocco. My mother was born in Iran. She's Persian. Then after they both moved to Israel, they met in Israel. And after they moved to France, and I was born in France. So I grew up really into that Sephardic culture and very Moroccan culture. Everything at home was Moroccan. I grew up in Moroccan culture. So 1000% Moroccan. And I'm very proud of that heritage with Jews and Muslims being together. And I grew up into that mix of culture. And I'm so happy because when I sing, I try to bring all these cultures. So I'm happy that I have a job that allows me to mix all these cultures.
How is present the Sephardic culture in your house? The traditions, dinners, I don't know.
Well, in the food, a lot, you know. So I must say now I live alone. So, I put something in the fridge, I put it in microwave, and that's it, you know. So there's nothing Sephardic anymore. You know? But before, when I was a teenager and child, then my mom would cook really Sephardic food, and I worked for my dad a lot because my dad was doing catering, a kosher catering Sephardic. So I was really working for him, so cooking, also washing the dish, cleaning the floor, and all of that. So I grew up into really that Sephardic culture, and that taught me a lot also when I started to perform, because I knew the people. And in like any business, you have to know your audience. So I was very happy that I learned really a lot from the audience.
How you connect with many community, Jewish community?
Well, you know, that's one thing with Jews, with communities, is that anywhere you go, it's like, you know, a magnet. You know, you get and then you have a community. So I kind of had the same, even here in Buenos Aires. I went to Templo Libertad, I got in, and one person told me, "Who are you?" And I said, "I'm a singer, blah, blah, blah." They say, "Oh, let me introduce you to the rabbi." And rabbi goes, "Oh, you're a singer, yeah. Well, why don't you sing here?" So I sang like this, and they say, "Oh, why don't you come back? We do a concert." So anywhere in the world, it's like that. You go to New York, you're Jewish, yeah. Oh, me too. It's so typical of the Sephardic community anywhere in the world, and I must tell you, what you're doing with your website, eSefarad, to bring really the people together. And anywhere in the world, I learned about Sephardic communities that I would have never heard about if I wouldn't know it from your website. So I must say thank you to you for everything that you're bringing to the Sephardic community.
I'm sure that in any place you find a Jew, you will feel like you're home.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. That's always the good thing. But anyway I perform, I always try to visit the synagogue. Sometimes I arrive the day of the show and I leave the next day, so I have time for nothing. But sometimes I arrive, I try to see. So I did a big tour in Europe this summer, and I went to Prague. So I went to see the synagogue in Prague. I went to in Poland. I went to Warsaw. So I was able to see a little bit of some of the Jewish communities, and it was for me really, really amazing. So, and how people really Jews really welcome you, and start to talk to you and be like, sure, come in, it's really, really amazing. And we always find each other, and it's really, really, really beautiful,
Next time you come here to Buenos Aires, we will go to a Sephardic synagogue, because Templo Libertad is
Sephardic?
It's Ashkenazi. It's the most important Ashkenazi synagogue. But next time we will go to a Sephardic synagogue. No more. Take it easy. It's a commitment.
I'm going to cancel the concert. Cancel the concert for Thursday. Only Sephardic. No, but there is a Sephardic synagogue here?
There are a lot of synagogues. I think more than 50 synagogues.
Wow.
Only in Buenos Aires.
Wow.
Plus in the rest of the country.
Wow. Well,
Okay.
no, I want to know, definitely. I went to Congress Judío, the
Yes.
Jewish Congress, yeah.
Yes.
They invited me, they did last time. They did a big talk with me, which I was very kind. And I spoke about Morocco. I spoke about the connection of Jews and Morocco and Jews and Muslims, which is unique anywhere in the world. You don't find that, that really rooted love, and the king of Morocco is absolutely amazing and protected Jews, even putting his own life in danger. So, and I did a concert after the Jewish Congress also. It was a lot of fun. So definitely next time we go together to see Sephardic synagogue.
Sure. David, tell us about your first steps in the music.
It was a mix of many things, but I will say, to make it simple, I started as a pianist, so as to play piano and singing a little bit, but not really singing. And then one day I was doing roller skating, and I fell and I broke my right wrist, so I couldn't play the melody, so I started to sing it.
Of course.
And then I love, rock stars being with the mic and singing. So I was doing that a lot, and but I understood I needed voice lessons, so I started to study really voice. And I was not a good student, really loving to go to school or anything like that, but as soon as I started to study music, I was like #1 student everywhere. I read 300 books, for one subject, I would do like this. So this is really how I started, and then after I started to write my own music, do jazz piano. I studied jazz and everything. And after I moved to New York when I was 20 years old, and over there I started to do theater, So theater and singing, then people say, oh, you should do musicals, because in Broadway there's so many musicals. So I started to learn the musicals. And it was so good for me because I was improving my English. I was a pianist, so I could learn. I was singing in piano bar, English stuff, American stuff. And that worked really well. And one day, people told me, you have a voice for opera. And I was like, opera? What is that thing? And one night I went to the opera and I said, oh my God, that's what I want to do, And
What
from
was
that,
what opera was?
oh, it was a Turandot. from Puccini. And I said, that's what I want to do. I mean, it was one of the most beautiful opera even to this day. But I said, okay, that's what I want to do. And after, what I'm so happy is that everything that I learned, like in musicals, in theater, in jazz, in pop music, in variety music, even in Jewish, Moroccan, Ladino music, all of that, I was able to bring it into opera. And later, I was taking opera into all of these styles, you know. So it was a good exchange. Like, you know, when I did in New York, and I thank you because you were one of the first who wrote about it, when I did The Merchant of Venice in New York with Ladino music, when I started to do Shakespeare, you know, I was not doing it like a regular actor.
How it sound, the Merchant of Venice in Ladino?
No, it was not in the songs. I added music in Ladino, like Adio Querida. I added this stuff around. But otherwise, the rest was in English. But when I was playing Shakespeare, I was doing it like an opera. You know, I was not doing it. I'm not a Jewess, you know. I'm not a, you know, like really with the projection of the voice that I learned in opera. So that really helped me actually. You know, same for when I did Othello after with Jewish Moroccan music that I added into it. You know, I didn't do soft you, a word or two before you go. I was like, soft you, a word or two before you go. You know, I was using really the voice to project and to even the way I was saying it, you know, it is the cause, my soul. Let me not name it to you. It is the cause, my soul. You know, like really doing it like almost as if I were singing, you know. So that's why I'm so happy the way God, you know, brought me to all these styles, and all of that combined to make me who I am today, you know. So I'm happy about that.
Great. Tell me something about your projects, your current projects now. What are you doing in those times?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I have during COVID, because there was no shows, I started to do movies. Not as an actor, which I've been doing for 30 years almost, but like as a director, to direct and produce movies. So I did a first documentary about a fashion designer named Eli Tahari, who is also Sepharadi. And we did that movie, and the movie went everywhere, really exploded, and I think I became good at it, you know, because I really learned how to edit the movies and everything. And that movie was so successful that I got 9 other movies, you know, and I have a 10th one actually. So I've been doing a lot of these movies, like filming, editing, and now the movies are being sent to film festivals, and they're going to platforms, Amazon and all kind of platforms. So I have a lot of that. I'm going in May to the Cannes Film Festival. So I'm going to be able to bring all these movies. They're going to go there. Before I created last November the Opéra Royal du Maroc, the Royal Opera of Morocco, which is the first national opera company of Morocco. So it's not just to create opera there, but also to teach the next generations, because really the good Moroccan opera singers, they're not in Morocco. They are in France, in Germany, so some in Israel also. So the goal is really to create the next generation. So we had this first show in November, this first opening gala that was a huge success. It went on all television. And actually, there was a camera following me the whole time. So we did a small movie about it. It's going to come out soon. It was really great. So I'm going to continue that. I have in Marrakesh on April 30th, actually one date. And then preparing the next season of September, because September I'm going to bring Anne Frank, a musical about Anne Frank, which I did already in 2019, was a huge success. And actually the composer, Jean-Pierre Dida, is Sefaradi, by the way. And we did it after in March 2020, but it was COVID, so we had to report it. So we're going to do it hopefully in October. And as always, tons of shows, concerts. I'm going to perform in Egypt also. every year I try to do 4 or 5 new countries, that I didn't perform. So for many, many years before COVID, I used to do only France, America, London. That was it. Or Canada, that was it. So now I try to really go out and do, like when I get offered to Dubai, I go. When I get offered to Argentina, I go. So last time I performed in Argentina, in Brazil, in Colombia, and I hope in this year, 2023, I have something in November, big thing in Cairo, in Egypt. So I'm very happy. And I hope, to go. I have invitation for Saudi Arabia also, for Lebanon, for all these countries. So I really, really hope to visit all these beautiful countries. And over there's a big Sephardi culture. So I hope to also go into the grand synagogue of Alexandria in Egypt that was renovated to sing something over there. So it's so beautiful that I have this job that allows me to travel and to share with the local culture.
It's very impressive that you, as a Sephardi Jew, back to Morocco or Saudi Arabia or Egypt to sing or to teach the people music to the Moroccan.
Yeah, well, I went in Casablanca. I went to the Conservatory of Casablanca, and I went to give masterclass, to these young singers, and it's very new, to see Arabic women with the veil, and learning and singing opera. It's a new image, it's a new thing, First, because in a lot of countries, not in Morocco, but in a lot of Arabic countries, the woman was at home and not allowed to go out or things like that. So now not only she's out, she's singing and she's learning opera, and I think that's really, really beautiful. And I'm going 100% into that direction.
I suppose you sing also in Arab.
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
I sing in 15 languages.
Wow.
Wow. I try.
Okay, David.
Sí, señor.
Was fantastic. You are it's very impressive your career, and we are very, very glad to reside here in Buenos Aires.
Gracias, señor.
And I'm sure that our people, our public of eSefarad will be very happy to know more about you, and I hope they can go to hear you in your performance.
I hope so, but I want to tell you how much I love you and how much I thank you, because every time I have a show, a big production in New York, or even when I produce the New York Sephardic Film Festival, every time I have something, eSefarad always write about it.
It's our goal.
Not everybody does that, So I'm very, very grateful to you, my dear Marcelo, but also your wife is one of the most amazing singer I've ever heard in my life. So I'm not surprised you're together, because it goes well.
It's
two great people go well together. But I want to tell you how much the two of you carry that Sephardic culture. Not only you carry it in your heart, but you share it and you communicate it. You communicate through this website. eSefarad is a genius, And I really hope that you're going to do eSefarad radio, eSefarad TV, and because we want to know, a lot of the people who are 20-year-old, they want to know what their parents used to eat. They want to listen to the music they used to listen. So there is that new generation who want to discover more, and this is why we need you, Marcelo. We need you, people like your wife, to really take us to this pure, when I have a song to sing, Ladino song, I always listen to the recording of your wife, because I want to know the real way of saying the words,
Thank you.
So I don't say adio querida,
Do you want to sing adio querida?
Say it again?
To sing? Do you want to sing now?
Now?
Adio querida?
I will do whatever you want. You tell me to do.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Together.
Tu madre cuando te parió y te guió al mundo, corazón no te dio para amar segundo, corazón no te dio para amar segundo. La señora.
Bravo, bravo, bravo,
bravo.
Bravo.
Gracias, señor.
David,
thank you a
lot. It's very, very much. You are not only a great singer, you are a great person, and very sympathetic.
No, you.
Yes.
1,000%. And
Thank you
really
very much.
But I didn't know you were in Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
I didn't know. So thank you really so much for everything you're doing, and I will always be here for you.
We are at your service.
No, I'm your service.
Okay, we are at service together.
You know it's Sephardic interview because the goodbye are longer than the whole interview, you know?
That's right. Que esta reunión tenga hermanos.
Sí, señor.